Every glance in the room felt like it was testing me. I sat at the head of the table, pen clicking in my hand, watching my small team shuffle papers and avoid eye contact. My chest was tight, my palms slightly damp, and in the back of my mind, a single voice whispered, "They can see right through you." It was just a routine meeting. Updates, timelines, nothing extraordinary. But in that moment, it felt like I was under a spotlight I hadn't earned. My eyes caught the reflection of myself in the conference room window, and for a second, I didn't see a leader. I saw a man pretending to be one. The sound of the pen clicking echoed in the silence, sharp and restless. It became my symbol that day, a small, nervous tick that gave away the truth I was trying to hide. The harder I clicked, the louder the doubt grew. I had walked into that meeting carrying the weight of comparison. Bigger firms had more staff, flashier offices, larger resources, and here I was, just me, my wife, and a handful of helpers, trying to play in the same arena. Every smile from the team felt like pity. Every nod felt like they were humoring me. Every glance felt like it was testing me. And maybe you've been there too, in a room where you're supposed to lead, but all you can feel is the weight of doubt. Leadership doubt doesn't announce itself with a crash. It seeps in quietly, like a draft through a window you thought was sealed. In business, it grows when you compare yourself to giants. Firms with dozens of employees, endless marketing budgets, and names that carry weight. Every time you sit across from them, you wonder if your smaller size makes you less legitimate. At home, the doubt takes another shape. My wife trusts me, my kids look up to me, and yet I wonder if they see through me too. Do they see the man who's steady, or the man who stays up late second-guessing every decision? The line between provider and pretender can feel paper-thin. Culturally, the pressure sharpens the blade. Leadership was tied to perfection. A leader doesn't falter. A leader doesn't show weakness. So when I sat there clicking that pen, unsure of myself, the shame doubled. Not only did I feel small, I felt like I was dishonoring the role I was supposed to embody. Do you know that feeling? Do you ever wonder if the people around you are waiting to see if you'll stumble? Do you ever doubt if your presence is enough? I wish someone had told me, leadership isn't about being flawless. It's about being present. Because the truth is, no one is looking for a perfect leader. They're looking for someone who shows up, even when they don't feel certain. I thought leaders had to be flawless and certain. That thought nearly kept me silent that day. And the pen clicked louder, each sound carrying the weight of that lie. The breaking point came in the silence that stretched too long. I looked at the faces around the table, then down at my notes, then back at the pen in my hand. My inner voice said it clearly. I'm not a real leader. My body told the rest. Shoulders hunched, breath shallow, jaw clenched. The pen kept clicking, faster now, as if I could drown out the thought. But all it did was echo it louder. That was my crisis cue. So I reached for a reset, small, deliberate, almost invisible. The first reset method was breath work. I took one slow exhale before I spoke. Just one. It wasn't dramatic, but it gave me a fraction of space between the fear in my head and the words on my lips. That exhale steadied me enough to continue. The second reset method was an affirmation. Inside, I repeated, "I am enough in this room." The words felt shaky at first, but as I repeated them, my shoulders lifted slightly, my breath deepened, my tone steadied. And then, the pen, my symbol of doubt, became part of the reset. I set it down on the table, palms open, and simply began to speak. No slides, no performance, just me, showing up. Something shifted in the room. The team leaned in. Not because I was flawless, but because I was honest. I admitted where I was uncertain, asked for their input, and let silence be space instead of shame. The shift in my body was noticeable. My chest opened, my voice steadied, my jaw unclenched. I wasn't pretending anymore. I was leading, not by perfection, but by presence. And in that moment, I realized the truth. Leadership is presence, not perfection. That reset taught me something I carry to this day. Leadership isn't about walking into a room with all the answers. It's about being willing to walk into the room at all. The mantra that anchored me was clear. Leadership is presence, not perfection. True leadership is built on presence, not image. The pen, once the symbol of doubt, transformed in that moment. Instead of restless clicking, it became still. It lay quietly on the table as I spoke, and that silence carried more strength than all the clicking ever could. Showing up with honesty was enough. Let's practice this together. If you've ever doubted your leadership, pause right now. Take one slow exhale. Feel how even a single breath creates space. Now, say this with me. I am enough in this room. Let the words settle into your chest. Repeat them until they feel less like a question and more like a truth. Next, picture the symbol of your doubt. Maybe it's a pen like mine, or a habit you notice when nerves creep in. Instead of fighting it, place it down gently. Let it rest. Let your presence speak louder than the noise. At work, this practice steadies you before tough conversations. At home, it reminds you that your kids don't need a flawless parent. They just need you to show up. And culturally, it shifts the expectation from perfection to presence, a more human, more sustainable truth. Every exhale, every honest word, every moment of presence, that's leadership. The pen doesn't haunt me the way it used to. It still sits on the table during meetings, but now it's a reminder. Presence is enough. My presence itself was leadership. That's the mantra I carry forward. Not perfection, not image, just presence. So let me leave you with this reflection. Where in your life could presence matter more than perfection? Write it down. Try it this week. Notice how the room shifts when you show up as you are. Leadership is presence, not perfection. And tonight, I'm grateful. Not because I've become flawless, but because I've learned that showing up honestly is more than enough.